to Fahrenheit 451, Lesson 7, Using Flashback in Narrative Writing. We've been writing analysis paragraphs with precise claims, counterclaims, and rebuttals. Today, we will write a narrative response that includes flashback. You will need Chapter 7 from Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave by Frederick Douglass from Lesson 4, The Joy of Reading and Writing, Superman and Me by Sherman Alexie from Lesson 1, your Reading Protocol, Conversation Stems, and Discussion Tracker handout also in Lesson 1, and new to this lesson, your Narrative Essay Draft document. Today we are going to spend time thinking about the authors we've read as writers, analyzing their craft as a writer, and applying this technique to our own writing. This practice will help you to be successful on the cold read task, where you will have to analyze how an author develops meaning in a text. It will also help you to hone your writing skills, which will be important for the culminating writing task and for the essay and speech in the extension task. Now I want you to take a few seconds to think about what is the value of Alexie and Douglass showing readers how they learned to read. Then we're going to have a class discussion. So now, let's discuss. Follow the directions on the slide. Review the narrative writing prompt. We each have a story about learning to read. Whether your experience is positive or negative, your story is unique. Tell the story of your memorable reading experience. Again, I'm going to ask that you follow the directions on the slide. I want you to go back and reread paragraphs 3 and 4 of The Joy of Reading and Writing, Superman and Me by Sherman Alexie. As you read, think about the following. What is happening in this paragraph? How do you know? What verb tense does the writer use? Why is this verb tense significant? What types of details does the writer use? What impact does this have on the reader? Once you've finished reading paragraphs 3 and 4, we will have a discussion about the questions on the slide. So now, let's discuss. We're now going to do something similar with Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass. I want you to reread Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, starting with the sentence that begins, I went one day, and ending with the sentence that ends, might be treacherous. As you read, think about the following. What is happening in this paragraph? How do you know? What verb tense does the writer use? Why is this verb tense significant? What type of details does the writer use? What impact does this have on the reader? I want you to read that paragraph, and then we will have a whole class discussion about those questions. So now, let's discuss. Now I want you to draft the narrative with a flashback in response to the prompt. Remember that a strong flashback is set off in a new paragraph. It includes language that helps the reader understand the timeline of the memory. It includes specific details to create imagery for the reader. Sets out a problem or a situation. You will have the remainder of the class period to finish this assignment. If you do not finish writing your narrative flashback, then you need to complete it for homework. I am going to return the presentation to this screen, but before we do, I'm going to go ahead and close out the lesson. Congratulations! You have now completed Lesson 7 of Fahrenheit 451. In this lesson, you expressed your understanding of a text through planning and to create a claim and counterclaim paragraphs. You also practiced writing a precise claim, a counterclaim, and a rebuttal, as well as finding evidence and developing reasoning.